Hello, and welcome back to our German 1890 campaign, Blood and Iron. In the last episode, we got into another war, this time just against one power. So we are going with unrestricted submarine warfare for this one, because tensions aren't really high anywhere except for maybe Britain. And if we end up sinking something we shouldn't, then it'll make people mad and we can go back to prize rules or something, or even risk going to war with Britain again. I mean, I'm not totally against that either. I'm pre-recording this episode for Friday. I have episodes for today, later noon today, as you can see on my clock here. It's 7 a.m., although it's still dark outside, thanks to daylight savings. But my stuff releases at noon Eastern time. But I have today's episode and tomorrow's episode in the pipe. And this episode will be released on Friday because I've been doing Warhammer 40,000 stuff, like tabletop Warhammer stuff at my local game shop on Fridays. So I just want to, not have to stress. So anyway, let's make our backup just in case. Also, Mr. RVT himself just released a video on his channel. Looks like it's number 84 of his German campaign. I'm excited to go watch it after this. So be sure to check Mr. RVT Gaming out. Anyhow, let's enough dilly-dallying, talking. Jump in and see what the situation here is. Hopefully we've got ships moving to the Baltic. Yeah, we got ships either in the Baltic or moving to it. I was a little bit confused because when I was looking at this, I didn't see my battleships. They are working up. That's why I was like, we need to move stuff. But I just saw a couple of heavy cruisers. That's all I looked at. Anyhow, let's do it to it. We might not have very much success with submarine warfare considering we got them blockaded, although maybe we can send some over to Northeast Asia. We'll see. But it's always a little bit concerning fighting here in the Baltic. I guess we'll take this fight. I'm not going to add. I know I've been getting yelled at a little bit about not modifying my forces before battles, but it's not something I typically look at, honestly. What? We only have one destroyer? What's going on here? Where are they all at? Where are all my... Are they all just stacked up on top of each other? Yeah, it looks like they are. But it's not something I'm like used to looking at. Like, I know I've been getting yelled at about it, several things, and I apologize to people who are getting frustrated with watching me play. I'm honestly doing my best here. I've got some cognitive issues and some memory loss issues, but um, the more I play a game, I feel like the more comfortable I get with it. So we're gonna go to screen mode here, so we can like basically unveil all of our launchers, and we're gonna go to fire at will on our missiles. Do we have any missiles on here? What do we got? What are these? These are Z-120s. We do got the missiles incoming. Well, goodbye Z-111. I intended for this particular battle to just be launching torpedoes and running away. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to be. Maybe we can turn 111. The range is probably too short for torpedo or for missiles. Looks like we get a couple off. Maybe we can get 111 home, but probably not. We'll see, though. We're just going to dump some torpedoes generally into their path. And we miss with everything. Fair enough. So 111 is the sacrifice that has to die for the rest of the fleet to survive. I think these are like our brand new 120 class. A little bit unfortunate. We don't have really enough room to turn around. Did we launch all our missiles? We didn't launch hardly any missiles. What happened here? Oh, we hit a mine. Wow. What luck we're having here. Oh, it's sinking. Okay, well. Alright, well this was a poor way to start out, huh? What the heck? Oh, it hit another one. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Yes, go home. Jeez. But yeah, I've got some like memory issues and stuff, but I feel like the more I play games, the better I become at remembering what I need to do every time. Because there is a surprising amount of stuff that you kind of have to like remember when you're doing anything in this game. I recently started. Wow, that was just a total butt kicking. Recently started messing around with Hearts of Iron 4 a little bit, and it just feels like there's so much you have to remember. Let's get some prestige because it looks like we're losing crew quality either way. Fleet morale has already suffered. Actually, let's give up a prestige and maybe we can save our morale. No, we didn't save it. Hey, the Japanese didn't just like get wrecked for once. Okay. Let's look at our submarine situation here. I don't know if they have to like work up or not. I don't think they do. But this group of submarines was for that prestige event that we had. So we're going to select our long range ones and we're going to move them to um I think Northeast Asia. Yeah, that's probably fine. Let's move some more to Northeast Asia, although there is the risk that Japan has them blockaded over there on that side. But maybe we can do some raiding around Vladivostok. All right, let's build 2 more Europas. It's going to be a little bit expensive, but next month we got stuff coming out of rebuild, which is pretty cool. And let's check and see if our Deutschlands are worked up. Um, not quite. Sorry, I have to mute myself. I still haven't gotten over that chest cold from a couple weeks ago. So if I happen to go quiet occasionally, I'm usually just trying not to cough. All right, this time we're going to add. How do we? I can't add any ships, right? You can rearrange your force, but it won't let me. So we'll just go with what we got. Look, I'm trying. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong here, but I'm really trying. Anyhow, let's just do it, I guess. Okay. Well, having reduced missile loads don't really matter that much when we're not actually firing our missiles, does it? All right, radar contact, fire at will. We're going to keep our destroyers out in front. They are my sacrifice. Hello, my friends, we meet again. Yeah, it's a long range contact there. And we're going to hopefully unveil if we got any missile launchers on these cruisers. We do. It looks like they're front, like front starboard, front port. There we go. Now I'm going to turn a little bit to get the other launchers in play. There we go. And now we go back to line ahead on our destroyers because we got to get into a battle formation here. We're going to keep the cruisers behind the destroyers. Nice. Nice. It is us who is sinking destroyers this time, I guess, probably. Okay, we got some missiles on the way again. I wonder what our Baltic commander looks like, our admiral. We may have to make some adjustments, maybe, since the Baltic's going to be like our primary front here in this war. Well, I mean, we hit them with missiles. It's just a matter of, did we do enough to like slow them down, or what's the situation here? Is anybody sinking? Is anyone sunk already? Capsized? Let's fire off a volley. Yeah, we might as well shoot them all while we can. And they're not going to go anywhere near the enemy because we fired when they were turning, unfortunately. We might catch some cruisers. I need to look at the composition of the Russian fleet here. Oops. I need to look at the composition and see what they actually have. I think they got, I think I remember battle cruisers and maybe a few carriers. They have a lot of light carriers, I believe. Again, we're just firing torpedoes, trying to be hopeful about it. I really should have been a little bit more patient there. Let's get rid of all these reports. They're reporting back as light cruisers, so that's not bad. We just need to stay out in front of them to avoid the risk of getting torpedoed. Alright, let's... For some reason, we're able to fire missiles. But I wanted to be able to launch some torpedoes with our cruiser. Oh, we're basically all out. We got one launcher left on the Danzig. Alright, this is probably a good engagement for us. What kind of guns do we have on here? We got 6-inch guns. So we can do some gunboating. We just need to actually target the enemy and not the that little destroyer that's been crippled. It looks like we got some launchers being reloaded here. But if we can separate one from the herd here and kind of beat them down just like this, then we'll take it. But we also need to be careful. Thought that was a torpedo hit. Need to be careful about going in a straight line too much around these light cruisers because they do like to launch torpedoes. So I'm not sure if they have stern launch torpedoes. Probably not anymore. That's like that's something ships do a lot, like in the early days. But with swivel and broadside torpedoes, it's less of a risk that you're going to get torpedoed from the rear of an enemy ship. Whatever this thing is, it's taking hits really nicely. Like it's still going. We've been pounding on it with 6-inch and 3-inch guns. I don't even know what kind. We got 5-inch guns here on the destroyers. Looks like we're firing heavy SSMs. Still trying to hit them. This is very close range for SSMs. Wonder if this is a heavy cruiser. Maybe, because it's being very durable. It's either a heavy cruiser or maybe like a big light cruiser with armor. We'll have to look at it after the battle if we can sink it. Danzig doesn't want to fire its torpedoes for whatever reason. I mean, we're putting 6-inch, 3-inch shots into it, and if it's a light cruiser, it really should be going down. Oh, there it goes. Now it's slowing down. Okay. So it was a light cruiser. We sank 3 light cruisers there. Let's see. Well, ship details. I don't know. This must be it right here. Or maybe this one? Yeah, it looked like it was already sunk. It's the Slava. So it's 8,600 tons. No, this isn't the one because this only took missile and hits and whatnot. So what about this one? This has to be it. 40 medium hits. Yeah, it's another Bellisi class. All right, well, that's fine. I'll take that. That's a nice little victory there. 3 light cruisers down. Fleet morale improved. All right, our battleships are getting back in. Here's an improved heavy jet fighter. So we've got no speed or range improvements, but we did gain a firepower, and that's it. We'll take it. What the heck? Hey, Russia lost a battlecruiser. So they're sinking a lot of stuff. Northeast Asia. Interesting. Okay, well, in that case, do we have any bases in Northeast Asia? Not really. But we could send. I know we have some TP light cruisers. They're obsolete. But we could send the 15th and 14th divisions over there to Northeast Asia. Hopefully we can maybe put a damper on some of that rating. Okay, off you go. We don't really have any other counter raiders available to us at the moment. But yeah, it looks like we lost a couple of destroyers from our first destroyer division already. That's unfortunate because those are actually Z-111 class. It's weird. I thought we lost some 120s, but maybe not. It doesn't matter. No biggie. I'm rambling a lot in this particular episode. But I don't like the protests. I don't like that. They're not raiding our home territory. They're raiding Asia. I mean, what the heck are we doing here? All right, looks like our Deutschlands will be ready So we'll move those into the Baltic as well. Yeah, these Baltic fights are just like, they are very nasty. I do like our little recon helicopters going out from the destroyers. That's beautiful. We're going to go to Squad Max. We're going to go to Squad Max. Let's preserve our torpedoes because they could be useful. But we'd also want to keep our cruisers behind the destroyers. Alright, there's contacts in the north. Look like heavy cruisers. So potential battle cruisers. We're going to go straight towards them so that our destroyers will hopefully get some shots off. Now we're going to turn fire. We'll back off again. So we're not just like blowing up all their lead ships. We have a chance to hit some of the ones from the rear. There we go. Turn, maneuver a little bit to get more launchers on target. Okay, that's it for the missiles. So now we go back to, we're going to stay in screen for now and check our light cruisers. So we still got launchers on the light cruisers that are loaded. There we go. We're going to maneuver, do like a little bit of a turn here to bring all of our launchers to bear on them. That is beautiful. Let's go to line ahead now so we can start launching some torpedoes. Good riddance to the Azov and the Kerch. The less heavy cruisers they have in the Baltic, the better. So we're just going to maneuver to try to catch up to these heavy cruisers. Lovely. If I wanted to aim at the Kerch, I couldn't be doing any better of a job. This is exactly what we want. All right, I'm going to use my rearmost destroyers to torpedo this this cruiser here. Did its name change? I thought it was the Azov. Well, either way. All right, let's fire some torpedoes. And fire some torpedoes. There we go. Cool. Now we just want to go over here and sink this Kerch class and chase down whatever destroyers they've got, and we can call this mission complete. Turn off fire at will. We've got some damaged ships here that'll be... Oh, nice. It'll be catching like the missiles, so we don't want to... Nice. Well, that was the damaged one. I was hoping it was this one down here. I couldn't quite make out what's happening, but we do want to turn our cruisers just in case while we chase the Kerch down. Nice. We're chasing down the Kerch with our destroyers. We're going to break off our lead destroyer and just send it home. It's not necessary to keep it out here for this mission, so we're just going to go home with it. If it takes very many more hits, it could start sinking or catch on fire or something, and it's gone. And since these are our sorry, I'm going to cough. Since these are our newer destroyers, we want to preserve them. If they were Albatross, you know, whatever. No biggie, lose an Albatross. Alright, now we just try to chase this T-151 down. Nice. 2 heavy cruisers down and 3 destroyers. Let's exit the battle. 2 prestige. 5 submarines added to the fleet. Okay. So we sank a destroyer. We lost a destroyer. Let's see. It's just more destroyers trading back and forth with old Russia and Japan. Oh, they're raiding us in the Caribbean as well? What the heck? I guess wherever we have ports. More to protect. Anyhow, let's send the Deutschlands to the Baltic. There we go. They're going to be a little bit vulnerable in the Baltic because there's not really any maneuvering room in there. All right, let's build 4 more Z-120s. In fact, let's build 2 more on top of it. We can start using them to like patch up divisions that have lost destroyers. All right. I can rearrange my force. I can add a cruiser. We're going to go ahead and do that. Make people happy. There. Higher chance of mistaken orders. But, you know, in a fight this small, that doesn't matter as much, maybe? Alright. I don't like my cruisers being out ahead. Don't like that. Alright. Max speed. Torpedoes off. We're going to go torpedoes off and fire at will. Although I don't know what Will has ever done to me to deserve this, but we're going to go ahead and fire at him. Oh, this is brutal. You know what I could do? I think we have some missile corvettes for trade protection. Let's turn off fire at will. I think we got missile corvettes for trade protection. Maybe I'll send some of those to the Caribbean to deal with raiders. You know, see what happens. Is that 2 ships there? It's kind of weird. There are 2 ships there. Let's do turn together so I can get shots on both. Man, Z112 really like poop. Maybe it's my fault, but yeah, it must have been my fault. But didn't expect them to be fighting back like that. Must be a destroyer if we missed at that range. Yeah, I think these are destroyers for as easily as they've been crippled. No, they were light cruisers. That's weird. Anyhow, ship details. Are these more the Tbilisi class or Tbilisis? Minsk class. So that one's older. Yeah, these are older ones, but I did mean to look at the almanac. Continued operations towards total victory. Alright. Sinking all their garbage lighters. The Russians lost a heavy cruiser, and our subs are failing to return. Probably because they're kind of old and unreliable. Hey, Italy jumped into the war. Congratulations. All right. Let's send a couple of these over to the Caribbean. And some of these over to Northeast Asia. And if they're on trade protection, they have at least a chance of intercepting these raiders and pummeling them with missiles. All right. We're all worked up here. So let's send these into the Baltic. There we go. We're at the 30-minute mark, so let's keep going. I think I'll record one more episode after this for Saturday. So we'll see. I got nothing going on for a few hours here. So save the game. We might be able to get one more little skirmish battle in here. And this here is what I wanted. Hopefully I've got hopefully I've got missiles. I do, apparently. How many do I have? I have 3. That might be enough for a raider. It's probably a heavy cruiser. I think that's what's been messing around out here. I forgot that we have an air base out here as well. We're just looking around for contacts. Aw, lame. Nah. Look at the map. Oh, we went right by him. That would have been a good chance. Oh well. Maybe next time. I do want to design some new cruisers with just as missile cruisers with some like a helicopter pad on it. Crush them. Nice. Okay, we lost a sub. Japan lost a light cruiser. I'm not going to report on these little destroyers dying. It doesn't matter. And we're now thwarting a lot of their raiding, which is pretty cool. Save. Let's take a look. I keep meaning to look at the almanac, and I always forget. So they've got 3 battle cruisers left. They've got 3 carriers, 8 lights, 2 heavy cruisers, 10 lights. We've been really whittling down their number of light cruisers, but they still have a lot in reserve. Now I want to look at our cruiser technology. I don't think this is cruisers. I mean, there's cruiser stuff. Maybe it's ship design. Here it is, missile cruisers. That's what we want. Okay, very cool. We'll take that. All right, it's 33 minutes in, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. And I think I will just go ahead and record Saturday's episode as well, so stay tuned for that. For you guys, it'll be tomorrow. For me, it'll be in about 10 minutes here after I start uploading this episode and whatnot. Yeah, this war's going pretty well for us. We have a lot of allies for once. It's us ganging up on them. Typically, it's the other way around. But yeah, we should hopefully find some. Well, maybe not, because I started another set of destroyers. But here in about 8 months, we'll hopefully find a little bit of like a gap that we can start upgrading or refitting some of our ships, because them being so old and obsolete is just not good in general. The albatrosses are going to go as we replace them with new destroyers, essentially. And we may end up building some more Marburgs for trade protection as we get rid of the Albatrosses and the Z50s. Because if we're going to pay for a dedicated uh, transport protection of some kind, like an escort, then we're going to want something that can actually fight back with some missiles. Anyhow, let's save the game. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Sail safe out there.